The banjo career of Don Stevison began in 1978. Like many of today's banjo players who carry on the traditions of the past, it was an attraction to the sound of the instrument and the music associated with it that grew into a lifelong banjo passion for Don Stevison. In his professional life, Don worked as a nuclear physicist at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. After playing ukulele in college, he took up the banjo to occupy free time, often playing music with his co-workers during their lunch hours. That chance beginning led Don to a 30-year avocation, which has seen him become a widely recognized figure as both a banjo player as well as a banjo educator. As a banjo player, Stevison quickly recognized the benefits of playing his banjo with others. After taking banjo lessons until his teacher could stand it no longer, Don became acquainted with the Kettering Banjo Society in Ohio. That enthusiast group and its network of players and friends soon found Stevison growing in both musical ability and confidence. In time, Don became an indispensable member of the Kettering Banjo Society. In the years that followed, Don and his devoted wife Connie have attended literally hundreds of banjo and civic events around the country. In addition to the Kettering Banjo Society, Don has lent his unique personality and musical contributions to numerous musical groups such as the Banjo Tainers, the Showboaters, the Sandplum Strummers, and the Ragtime Riverboat Rats. In both music and appearance, Don Stevison, with his golden banjo, handlebar mustache, and 1920s-era attire, enjoys being the embodiment of what many people envision when they think of a banjo player. Put 100 banjo players in a room, ask a newspaper reporter to pick the one who looks most like a banjo player, and more often than not, they will single out Don Stevison. Further proof of this phenomenon occurred in 2003, when New York filmmaker Amy Finkel chose Don's image as a centerpiece for the cover of her film, Zing Went the Strings of My Heart. With all the fun he's had actually playing the instrument, it must be noted that Don Stevison has been very active in the preservation and promotion of the banjo as well. A member of the Fretted Instrument Guild of America since 1979, Don served as the co-host for not one but two FIGA conventions. Following service on the FIGA Board of Directors, he went on to become the organization's vice president and ultimately its president as well. Furthermore, Don Stevenson's contributions to the banjo community continue with his current service on the Board of Directors of the American Banjo Museum. With these accomplishments noted, it is Stevenson's desire and willingness to help others for which he is being honored with induction into the Hall of Fame. Recalling the frustrations associated with his own musically formative years, Don has dedicated countless hours to helping others in their quest for banjo knowledge. In addition to one-on-one instruction and advice, Don routinely shares his areas of expertise in educational workshops at banjo events around the country. He is a member of the American Banjo Museum educational staff and often lectures on the history of the banjo as well. As a publisher, Don Stevenson's more than 20 different instructional publications, which include all types of banjo tunings and playing styles, have seen worldwide distribution. Of particular note are his publications for guitar-tuned banjo, which have made a positive and significant impact upon that ever-growing niche in the banjo world. Additionally, Stevenson's original compositions, as well as banjo solo arrangements of the songs of others, have been published in numerous international banjo and musical periodicals. Today, Don Stevison continues a diverse, unselfish, and personally gratifying set of banjo activities, safe in the knowledge that his decades-long efforts to the betterment of the banjo world are unquestionable and appreciated.